Hello children, let's come back to our maths class. Today we are going to continue with exercise 2.10 and this is a new exercise where we will be dealing with a graph. And in the previous class I have told you to get ready with your graph papers. No need to get a graph book children, only we need 10 pages. Okay, we have around 7 sums in the exercise and we have 3 sums under solved example. So you need totally 10 graph papers, and when we go for the revision time we will use some more graph papers. I hope you are ready with your graph papers. So get ready with your graph papers children. Okay, so you know how to write, how to use your graph paper. Yes, on the graph page you will be only doing the graph, or you will be only plotting the graph, and on the back of the graph page you have to write down all the details. If any tables are there and if any answer part is there, we have to write down the answer part on the back of the graph page. Okay children, shall we start? So give the heading exercise 2.10. Write down, determine the region in the plane determined by the inequalities. Write down the question. You have to write down all this thing in the back of your graph page. Determine the region in the plane determined by the inequalities. Right on the first one, x is less than or equal to 3y. First one, x is less than or equal to 3y. X is greater than or equal to y. So these are the two inequalities given here. They have been given the inequality. Inequality means you have a less than or a greater than sign along with the equal. So inequality. And so we are going to plot this and we are going to check out the region in the plane. So where is this particular region lying out? So we are going to find out the region. Okay children, let's see how to start with the graph. So just get ready with your graph papers. Give the heading 2.10. Write down the question. Determine the region in the plane determined by the inequalities. Write down the first question. And we are going to use one graph paper for one sum. Okay, for one sum one graph paper, for second sum another graph paper. So we have to go on using like that. So x is less than or equal to 3y, x is greater than or equal to y. Okay children, have you taken down? Okay, now let's start with the work. So just we are going to move slowly. You have to understand the concept carefully children. A very easy concept. Just understand the concept and you have to apply it. That's all, very simple. Now let's do the boxes for x less than 3y and x is greater than y. So first of all you are going to draw a table for x is equal to 3y. So I'm just not using your inequality, I'm just writing down as equal sign. So I'll put here a box and no need to go for more values. One or two values is enough, 2 or 3 values is sufficient. Okay, so x, y. Okay. What is the value for x if I put here 0? If I take y as 0, what you will get for x? 3 into 0, 0. Okay. If I take y as 1, x is equal to 3. Enough, 2 values are enough. So just plot the 2 values. So 0, 0, 3, 1. Draw the table and you can just draw the next one below it. X is equal to y. You know where to do this. If you have a graph paper, on the front is the graph where you have to plot the graph, and the back side you have a blank page. Yes children? So you are going to write down all the information in the blank page. Already you have used your graph paper in your previous classes. Yes, you know how to use it. So use it properly. So x is equal to y. Again here we are going to take the table and you are going to fill any 2 values. No need to go for many values, just enough. 2 values are enough. 2 or 3 values are enough. If I take x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. If I take x is 1, y will be 1. So I have just taken on the table for x is equal to 3y and x is equal to y. Complete the table children. You have to be little quick. Okay, are you ready? Have you completed the tables for x is equal to 3y and x is equal to y children? Okay. Now let's come to the graph paper. you take your graph paper, that is the front part, front page. You are going to draw a x-axis and a y-axis. Come on, draw x-axis and y-axis neatly. You are going to draw a x-axis and a y-axis very neatly. You have to use a long scale. I have told you, use a long scale whenever you use a graph paper. Okay? So write down the numbers, origin. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Here we have numbers till 3 only, so I am not going to take more numbers. Just put little, I'll just put the numbers till 3, it's enough. 3. Here I'll take -1, -2, -3. Put here 1, 2, 3. Take here -1, -2, -3. And write down here the scale. You have to write the scale, okay children? What is the scale? On x-axis, 1 unit is 1. So 1 unit is 1. No, we cannot write centimeter or anything. Okay, just write on 1 unit is 1. On y-axis, 1 unit is equal to 1. Otherwise, you can write 1 centimeter is 1 unit. Actually, write down it neatly. So you have to draw a x-axis and a y-axis on your graph paper. Write down the scale. Okay. I hope you are ready with the x-axis and the y-axis, children. Shall we plot the graph? Come on, you have to use your long scale. Do not forget to use a long scale. If you just use a long scale, what happens? You will get a straight line, children. Otherwise, if you use a small scale, the lines will be broken. So just use a long scale whenever you perform the graph. Otherwise here, for this some children, because here they have not mentioned any particular unit, you just write down, here we cannot write any particular units, measurement, yes. So just on x-axis, 1 unit is 1 unit. Just put here unit. I cannot mention here centimeter because no measurements, no units are given. So just put as 1 unit, 1 unit. On x-axis, 1 unit is 1 unit, and on y-axis, 1 unit is 1 unit. Okay? Yes. So you are going to write down all the details with the pencil. You know that graph paper, on the graph paper, you are going to write with pencil only. So don't use, don't write the scale also with pen. You have to write the scale with pencil only. Okay children, are you ready with this part? So we have taken the 1 unit as 1 unit itself, and on y-axis also we are taking the 1 unit as 1 unit. That is correct. We can write down in this manner because we don't know the exact measurements or exact units we don't know. So I am just going to mention as unit alone. And actually in some cases in the textbook they have not given the scale. So if you don't write the scale also no problem. Otherwise we will take it as. Okay children, shall we start further? Let's plot the points. I am going to plot the point for x is equal to 3y first. 0, 0. So where is this? 0, 0. I am going to be careful when you plot the points. Then 3, 1. 3, 1. Somewhere here. 3, 1. Okay. So I am going to join these lines. It's very easy. Only the thing is to plot it properly. Have you plotted? So you can just write down here x is equal to 3y. This is a line which gives you the value for x is equal to 3y. Okay children, have you plotted this? 0, 0, 3, 1. So I have completed for the first one. Now I'm going to go for x is equal to y, 0, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 0 is somewhere here, the same part, then 1, 1. So 1, 1 is over here. Yes? So try to join this, 0, 0, 1, 1. Yes. So put here x is equal to y. I hope you are able to do the plotting, children. It's very easy. Just do it properly. So x is equal to y and x is equal to 3y. So we have drawn the graph for both the inequalities. That is for x is equal to 3y. So I'm just getting a straight line over here. And for x is equal to y, I'll get a straight line over here. So you can just extend the line. Just extend it straightly. Okay, have you completed this work? Okay, now the work is to determine the region. So we are going to determine where is the particular region going to lie. So where is this inequality going to lie on? So first of all, I am going to take for x is less than or equal to 3y. Okay, children? Now just put your pens down and just listen carefully. This is the important step because you can just complete all this thing. You will take the value for x and y. Again, you will take the value for x and y and you can complete the table. And once you complete the table, you can find out that is you can plot the graph. So till here it is okay. Now the important concept that you have to follow. Okay, so now I am going to check for the first inequality, that is x is less than or equal to 3y. Now this is a part, okay children. So now what I am going to do is, I am going to take a coordinate below this line and I am going to choose a coordinate above this line, okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a coordinate. What is the meaning of coordinate? You're going to choose a value for x and y, which is lying below the graph. So now here, this is a graph, okay children? So what is the value which is lying, anyone? You can just take of your own choice. You can choose any value of your choice. I'm going to take the value for x as 3 and I'm going to take the value for y as -1. That is, I am going to choose the coordinate as 3, minus 1. I hope you are clear with my statement. What I am going to do, this is a line, yes? So we are going to choose a coordinate of x and y below this line. So I am going to choose 3, -1. And this is of our choice. You can just take any, you can take 2, -2. You can take 1, -3. Your choice. Okay, children? Okay, now what I am going to do is, I am going to substitute this in the given inequality, and this will be a rough work for you. So you are going to try out this in the rough part. Do not do this as the main part. Suppose you can have a graph paper over here, you can just do in the corner, or you can use your books or any rough papers. So what are the numbers we have chosen? We have chosen number 3, -1. I'll put here 3 and -1. So I'm going to substitute over here. Okay children, so what is the value for x I'm going to take? I'm going to take the value for x as 3 and I'm going to take the value for y as -1. Listen here carefully. So this is 3 less than or equal to minus. That is 3 -1. Are you getting my step? X, what is x value? We have chosen as 3. So 3 less than or equal to 3 into -1. So -3. So 3 less than or equal to -3. Is this condition correct? Is this correct? No, because 3 is greater. When you compare a positive number and a negative number, the negative number is smaller and the positive number is bigger. So we cannot choose a value below this line. This line, anyone, no need of going on choosing many values, no need. If one value is not satisfied, that means the area is not going to lie below the line. Somewhere the area is going to lie in the next direction. So I am going to choose a value which is above the line. Getting my point? So we are going to choose a coordinate which is lying above. So what is the value you can choose here? What is lying above? this is a line, see, this is a line. So I'm going to choose a value which is above this line. So I'm going to choose this value, minus 1, 1. See, now this minus 1 is, minus 1, 1 is above this line. Do you agree with this point? Okay, so I'm going to check for minus 1, 1. Now see, minus 1, 1 means this minus 1 is for x and this 1 is for y. So what you get here? Minus 1 less than or equal to 3 into 1. So minus 1 less than or equal to 3. Is this condition correct? Yes, 3 is greater. We can say yes, 3 is greater. When you compare minus 1 and 3, 3 is greater. So this condition is satisfied. So where is the region going to lie? The region is going to lie above this part, which is above. So above this part means you have to just show a arrow upward. The area is not going to lie below this line. The area is going to lie above the line. So you have to show a arrow. Show arrow like this. This is a line, yes? Yes. So you are going to show a arrow like this. Draw a arrow with a pencil. Come on, plot the arrow now. So you can just show this working in the rough part. This is for your understanding. What we are going to do? We are going to choose a coordinate below this line. So we have chosen 3 minus 1. Okay. So when I substituted the value 3 minus 1, I did not get this condition satisfied. So I don't have the area below this line. So I am going to choose a coordinate which is lying above the graph. So what we have chosen? We have chosen minus 1, 1. Okay. So when I put minus 1, 1, I get the condition satisfied. So where is the area going to lie? The area is going to lie above the given graph. So the arrow goes up. Okay, have you completed? Just complete the arrows. You have to draw an arrow. So we have not completed the graph till now. We have just plotted the graph or we have just found the area for the first part. Okay, now let's go for the second part. X is greater than or equal to y. Okay, so now we have this area. This is a graph. This is a graph. Okay, children. So now what are you going to do? You are going to choose a coordinate below this line. Well, let me choose a coordinate. Come on, you give me one value below this. So we have 2. I will take minus 2. Anyone. I can take 3 minus 1 again. I can take 1 minus 1. It's of my choice. So I am going to choose a number 2 minus 2. Okay, children. So I'll take 2 minus 2. So I'm going to check this for this inequality. So what is x? 2 greater than equal to minus 2. Of course, 2 is, do not just think of the inequality sign, just keep that in your mind. So 2 is greater than minus 2. Do you agree with this condition? Yes, because a positive number is always greater than a negative number. So where is the condition going to lie, or where is the region going to lie? The region is going to lie downward, because from where you have chosen the coordinate, you have chosen the coordinate from the below part. So if you are choosing the coordinate from the below part, where is the area going to lie? The area is going to lie downward. You get an arrow like this. So you have to draw an arrow like this. Come on, draw arrow. So just this is x is equal to y, yes. So for x is equal to y, yes. So draw an arrow facing downwards. So you have to draw an arrow facing downwards. I hope you are clear with this, children. You do not get confused. The more we do the graph, you will be clear with the idea. Okay, I'll just explain to you once again how you get the graph. Okay, so now what is the final part is, so I have found the area where this particular inequality is going to lie, and also I have found the area where x is greater than or equal to y is going to lie. Now what is the work is, we are going to find out the common area. So which is the common area? See, check here. So this is the common area. So where you get both the arrows meeting, that becomes the common area. So you are going to shade that particular area. So this is the required region. Are you getting the point? So the shaded part is the required region. So you would have drawn a table here, yes, children? So at the last you write down, the shaded region is the required area or required region. So below the table, you're going to write on the final step. I'll just write down here. The shaded region or the shaded area gives the required region. Okay, children? So this is the graph for the first one. I hope you're clear. You would have got an idea how to do. Okay, so what are you going to do? First of all, you have been given a question. What is the question given to you? X is less than or equal to 3y. X is greater than or equal to y. So first thing is we are going to draw a table for x is equal to 3y and x is equal to y. And no need to choose more values. You can just take 2 or 3 values. It's of your choice. But do not minimize this. Okay, children? Try to keep 2 or more than 2. That's your wish. Once you find out the value, you are going to plot the graph. Plot the graph and write down the equation like x is equal to 3y. X is equal to y. Write down the equation. Once you write the equation, we are going to check the area, that is where it is going to lie, whether it is going to lie below or it is going to lie above. That's what you are going to check. So how to check? You are going to choose a coordinate from the below part or the above part and try to check whether you are able to get the condition satisfied. Once the condition is satisfied, accordingly you have to draw the arrow. And now what are you going to do? You are going to find out the area where you get the arrows to be common. So where you have the arrows common, see this area you have the arrows common. Here also you go. So this is the area where you get the common area. So this area you have to shade it. And you have to write on the final answer as the shaded area gives the required region. I hope you are clear, children. Okay, so just complete the answer. Complete the graph. In the graph, you have to use only pencil. Do not use a pen over there. Do it neatly, children. You can use a scale to draw the lines, to draw the arrows and everything. Arrows you can draw with your hands. Yes, that you can draw neatly. The lines you try to draw with a scale. So the shaded area gives the required region. Complete the answer. Okay. Is the time enough, children? Have you completed the graph, children? Okay, let's move to the next one. Write on the second graph. Write on the second graph. Or you can complete the second graph as homework, children. Okay, try out the second graph as homework. We will do the third one. Because second one is dealing with 2 inequalities. And already we have done a sum on 2 inequalities. So you can try out the second sum. The third sum deals with 3 inequality. So I'll be doing with the third one now. So take down the third one now. Have you taken on the final answer? You have to write on the final answer at the back of the graph paper, the plain paper. So homework is exercise 2.10, sum number 2. The second graph you are going to complete. Okay, children? Okay. Let's move to the next graph. Third graph. It's very easy. You have to just determine the area. So you have to choose the proper coordinate. That's all. Okay, let's move to the third one. What is the third question given to you? Let's try to complete this. 3x plus 5y, 3x plus 5y greater than or equal to 45. X is greater than or equal to 0. Y is greater than or equal to 0. So we have been given with 3 inequalities. Okay, children? The first thing is we will try to draw a table and try to get the values for x and y. So I am going to take 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. Okay, children? So you have to take the second graph paper. Do not continue in that. We cannot do anything over there, yes, children? So you have to write down sum number 2, or not sum number 3. You have to take down sum number 3. If you have stapled all the graph paper, just leave one page for the second sum, and you can continue the third sum in the next page. Okay. So 3x plus 5y greater than or equal to 45. X is greater than or equal to 0. Y is greater than or equal to 0. So I am going to take the first inequality and I am going to draw a table for it. So I'll put here x, y. Let me fill the values for it. If I put x is equal to 0, what I get? If I put x is equal to 0, 3 into 0 plus 5y is equal to 45. So 5y is equal to 45. Therefore y is equal to 9. 45 upon 5, 9. 9 5s are 45. So y is 9. If I put y is 0, 3x plus 5 into 0 is equal to 45. So 3x is equal to 45. X is equal to 45 upon 3. So 3 1s are 3 5s are. X is equal to 15. So I have found the value for x, y. When x is 0, y is 9, and when y is 0, x is 15. Just find out the value. I hope you are ready with the tables. Okay, ready children? Are you ready with the table? Okay, now here for x is greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0, no need to draw a table because this is dealing with only one variable, yes? So we can draw a straight line according, just we can draw the line. You know how to draw the line, yes? See, if suppose you have x-axis and y-axis, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not do this graph, this is just for your reference. I am just giving you one hint over here. If the question is x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 means, where is x is equal to 0? X is equal to 0 means, x is 0, so I don't have any values on x, so you will have only y-axis. So remember, when you say x is equal to 0, this is the axis. The axis y is called the x-axis. When x is equal to, if you say x is equal to 1, okay, so x is equal to 1 means, where is x is equal to 1? So here, 1. So you get a line like this, x is equal to 1. Okay. Y is equal to 0 means, y is equal to 0 means you get a x-axis. This is y is equal to 0. If I say y is equal to 1, where is y is equal to 1? This is the part. You get a line like this. Okay children, so we have also we have already seen this type of graphs, yes? So just see. So x is equal to 0 means it is a y-axis, and when y is equal to 0, it is a x-axis. Getting my point? Okay, let's do the work. So no need to draw a table for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. We are going to plot it directly. Now let's move to the graph page. So take your graph. You have to draw a x-axis and a y-axis. Come on, do it properly. Use a long scale. Write down x-axis, y-axis. Just see the numbers here. We need 9 and 15. So I'm not going to take 1, 1. I'm going to take 3, 3. I'll take the multiple of 3. So 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3, 6, 9, 12. 15, minus 3, minus 6, minus 9, minus 12, minus 15, minus 3, minus 6, minus 9, minus 12, minus 15. Okay. Okay, just put your scale on x-axis. We know that this is 1 centimeter distance. You can take 1 centimeter is equal to 3 unit. And on y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 3 unit. For the previous sum also, you can write as 1 centimeter is 1 unit and 1 centimeter is 1 unit. Scale on x-axis, 1 centimeter is 3 unit, and on y-axis, 1 centimeter is 3 unit. Take down the scale, children. Have you drawn the x-axis and the y-axis, children? Okay. Shall we plot the graph? Let's do the graph work over here. Be fast. You have to be ready with the graph paper. So when just draw it neatly. Mention the x-axis. Mention the y-axis. Write on the scale. You know where to write the scale. Write on the extreme right corner. On x-axis, 1 centimeter is 3 unit. On y-axis, 1 centimeter is 3 unit. Plot the points properly, children. Okay. Now let's move further. I'm just going to plot the points over here. So first one is 0, 9. 0, 9, where is 0, 9? 0, 9, that means you have on y-axis. So 0, 9, somewhere here. 0, 9. Then 15, 0. 15, 0 means you have the value for x coordinate and you don't have the value for y coordinate. So it will be lying on the x-axis itself. So here 15, 0. Plot here properly. So I have plotted 0, 9 here and we have plotted 15, 0 over here. So now you are going to join these two points. Okay, so I have plotted, I have just drawn a line and you have to write down here, this is 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. Mention the equation over there, 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. Have you completed, children? Try to draw neat. You have to draw a line using a scale. Do not waste your time. Draw it neatly. You have to understand and do the concept. This type of questions will be for 5 marks, children. So be careful. Have you drawn a line? Have you completed the graph for 3x plus 5y is equal to 45? Okay. So now what we are going to do here is, I am just going to check first itself, because once we go on having more inequalities, after plotting the graph, we may get confused. In the previous case, we were dealing with only 2 inequality. So there will be no more confusions. Okay, children? But now here we are dealing with 3 inequalities. In certain cases, you are going to deal with 4 inequalities and so on. So you have to be clear with the concept. So once you plot the graph for one inequality, try to find out the area, whether the region is going to lie above it or below it. Are you getting my point, children? Okay, so now let's start with the work. So now this is a line. So this is a graph. Yes, children? So now what are we going to do? We are going to check whether the area is going to lie above this line or the area is going to lie below this line. Okay, this is what we are going to find out. So how to find out? So what are you going to do is, you are going to choose a coordinate below this and also you are going to choose a coordinate above it. So if you are choosing a coordinate below it and if it is satisfied, you can stop there. No need to try for the above part. Are you getting my point, children? Okay. So what I am going to do is, I am going to choose a coordinate which is lying below the graph. Come on, tell me a point. Can I take 3, 3? Now 3, 3 is lying below this line. Okay. So I am going to choose a coordinate 3, 3. Are you clear with the concept? So what is the work? The first work is clear. So we have substituted the value for x. We have substituted the value for y as 0. We got the values. Yes. Now what you have done? You have plotted the graph. Listen and understand the concept carefully, children. This is a very, very important thing you have to remember. because here is the point where you have to focus on. So we have plotted a graph. Now we have to find out the region. So how to find out the region? You are going to choose a coordinate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a coordinate which is lying below it. So I have chosen 3, 3. So now I'm going to substitute this in the given inequality. So what is that? 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. Okay, I'll put here 45. It's greater than 45, okay? So I'll just take this greater than part. Okay. Now let's try it. 3 3s are plus 5 3s are, that is x is 3, y is 3. So 3 3s are and 5 3s are. I have to get this is greater than 45. 3 3s are 9, 5 3s are 15. So 15 plus 9 gives you 24. Yes, children? So this is not greater. 9 plus 15 is not greater. So I cannot choose a coordinate below the graph. So now what I'm going to do, I have to try for the coordinate which is lying above the graph. So let us choose a value which is lying above it. So 3 3 is not satisfied. So I cannot choose a value 3 3, or I cannot choose the coordinate 3 3. Now let's try for the another number. So you have to choose a number lying on this side. So can I take the number 312, children? See, 312 means it is lying on the above the graph. Are you getting my point? So I can choose the coordinate as 3, 12. So I am going to choose 3, 12, and I am going to substitute in the given inequality. So just see here, it's 3x plus 5y greater than 45. So I should get this condition. 3 3s are plus 5 into 12. I am just choosing the coordinate above the graph. So 3 12. So 3 3s are plus 5 12s are 9 plus 60. 5 12s are 60. Yes. So this is 69 and this is greater than 45. So this is acceptable. We can agree with this fact. Yes, children? So when I take a coordinate lying above the graph, I get the condition satisfied. So where is the area going to lie? The area is going to be above the graph. So you are going to draw arrow. I hope you are clear, children. Okay? So just draw a line above it. Now you have to take this. You just show this working in the rough column. So you should get an idea how we are doing this sum. So why we are doing this arrows above? Because we have chosen a coordinate which is lying above the graph. So once I choose a value above the graph, I get the condition satisfied. So the area is going to lie above the line or above the graph. So come on, draw an arrow. Have you drawn the line, children? Have you drawn the arrow showing upward? Okay, so that was for the first inequality. So now we are going to show for the second inequality. So we are going to check where is x greater than or equal to 0 going to lie. Have you completed, children? Can we proceed for the second inequality? Okay, now let's check for the second inequality. And I have told you where is this x greater than or equal to 0 going to lie? X greater than or equal to 0 means first of all it is going to lie on the y-axis. So it is over here. So this is the area, y is equal to 0. What is that? X is equal to 0. So put here, write down here x is equal to 0. This line is x is equal to 0. Okay. So now what is the condition given to you? X is greater than or equal to 0. X is greater than or equal to 0 means we are going to see the positive side, greater than or equal to 0. That means I want a number greater than 0. So where is the number greater than 0 lying on? Here, the right side. When you take the left side, you have only the negative numbers. So you are going to focus on the right side. So for x is equal to 0, the arrow will be like this, children. See, this is the arrow. So you get an arrow like this. So don't go till here because we have to find out the common area. Okay, so we have a line till here. So try to draw an arrow till here. Just don't go on drawing till the end. So where is the area for x greater than or equal to 0 lying? It is going to lie to the right side. So just put an arrow to the right side. Mention here x is equal to 0 and draw the arrow with a pencil. Come on, complete the work. Just do it properly, children. So you have to show the arrow facing to the right side, because you have to get a value x is greater than or equal to 0. So I want a positive value, so which is going to face to the right side. Okay. I hope you have completed, children. Just do it neatly. The concept, this is a graph where you have to choose a proper coordinate, that's all. Once you are clear with the concept, you can choose a proper coordinate, and once you have chosen a proper coordinate, you can just select the area. Where is the area going to lie? Whether it's going to lie on the top part, or whether it's going to lie on the bottom part, or whether it's going to lie on the right side or on the left side, and so on. Okay, I hope you have done. Shall we go with the next one? Okay, y greater than or equal to 0. Y greater than or equal to 0. So first of all, we have to plot the axis. Y is equal to 0 means this is the axis, x-axis. So you can just highlight the x-axis and you write down here, this is y is equal to 0. So this line, that is the x-axis, is y is equal to 0. So the x-axis is y is equal to 0. So just highlight it and write down there y is equal to 0. Okay, children, have you completed? Have you written there y is equal to 0? Okay, now just see the area. Now what is the condition given? Y is greater than or equal to 0. That means you are going to focus on the positive side. Greater than or equal to 0 means you want a positive number. So this is the equation, or this is a line for y is equal to 0. And which side are you going to focus on? You are going to focus on the positive side. Where is the positive side? The upper part. See here? The upper numbers are positive and the below numbers are negative. So we don't want the numbers that are negative. We should have the numbers which are greater than 0. So where it is going to lie? It is going to lie on the top part. So where is the area going to lie? The area is going to lie on the top part. So you can just put an arrow facing upward. So you are going to face the arrow upward. Okay. So the arrow will upward means it will move. It can be extended like this. Okay. You can extend the arrow like this. Draw the arrow. So for y is equal to 0, the arrow is going to face upward. Okay, children? Okay, so now we have mostly plotted all the graph, and also we have found the areas where it's going to lie, whether it's going to lie, like whether we have found out the proper region. Okay, children? Now what is the next thing is, we are going to find out the common area. Now which is the common area here? Let's find out the common area. Now if you just consider the triangle part, the inner part. Now when you take the inner part, here you have only the area for y is equal to 0 and x is equal to 0. Okay, children? But here you don't get the shaded part of 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. So which is the common area over here? Okay, which is the common area over here? So this is the common. Just see this part, children. Just see the area below the triangle. Just see carefully. Now this is a triangle. Here we have the area for 3x plus 5y is equal to 45. So this is the area. And for x is equal to 0 also, you have the area this side. We have the area this side. Yes? This side. And for y is equal to 0 also, you have the area lying on this side. So which is the part? So this is the shaded part. So you are going to shade this area. You can just draw a line showing this part. This is the answer. The figure looks very... Okay, anyway, this is the answer. So just see, I have drawn a line. This is the area where you have a common part of 3x plus 5y greater than or equal to 45, x is greater than or equal to 0, and y is greater than or equal to 0. So this is the answer, shaded part. So you can write on the final answer. Therefore, the shaded part or the shaded area gives the required region. Shaded area gives the required region. Okay, children? So this is the answer. The shaded area gives the required region. I hope you are clear with the figures. Okay, children? So you get the shaded part here. Be careful. So we have to search for the region which is common for all the three. So this is the area where everything is common, where you get all the arrows like intersected over there. So this is the shaded part. So write down the final answer in the blank page. The shaded area gives the required region. Okay, children, so we have completed 2 graphs and I have just given you 1 graph. That's very less. Yes, children? So you have to complete 2 is done, 3 I have to do, okay, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you'll be completing 4, 5, 6, okay? 4, 5, 6. So you have to do 4 graph. 2, 4, 5, 6. And you can try 7th one also. It's easy. So you have to just do it. So you have to complete your exercise 2.10. I have completed 2 graphs and you have to complete the remaining 5 graphs. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just do it properly. The thing is, you have to draw the table, and once you draw the table, you have to use your graph paper, draw the x-axis and the y-axis, and try to find a proper region. That's all. Once you find out the proper region, you have to find out the common region, and that becomes the answer. Okay, children? So with this, we stop over here, and in the next class, we'll be continuing with the next exercise, and try to plot the graph neatly. I'll be correcting your graphs. You will be sending your homeworks and I'll be correcting the graphs. And if the graph is not neat, you may have to do it again. So be careful and you have to present it neatly. Okay, children? So we'll be meeting in the next class.